Hello, candidates. I am going to dictate you a passage from Progressive Magazine. So please get ready for the dictation. The dictation will start after 15 seconds. Sir, at the very outset, I congratulate the Ministry of Steel and Mines for its efficient working. There has been in the past propaganda on behalf of the private sector that it alone can deliver the goods, it alone is affection, and that the public sector is notorious for mismanagement, for inefficiency, and for loss of production. Both the things have been exploited by the working of the public sector since the year 1981, and in streamlining the administration of the public undertakings, the Steel Ministry has played a key and crucial role. There has been a mismanagement in this company and its management was taken over. I am personally of the view that whenever mismanagement is visible in any private sector undertaking, then instead of only taking its management for a limited period, it should be taken over permanently and it should not be a short and half hearted measure. The company should have been taken over, acquired as it is sought to be done now in the year 1982 itself. Once the government comes to the conclusion that the company's affairs are not being conducted in an efficient manner, and when the government has to invest funds to the tune of crores of rupees, where is the question of reserving the decision that it may go back to the same old management? Now, the second thing is that there is a new strategy which is being resorted to buy this private business. They somehow or other welcome the takeover of their undertaking and they start the process of mismanagement deliberately so that the government may be compelled to take it over. They do not invest any money in the renovation of the machinery, which ultimately becomes nothing but a junk, and they would have derived the maximum benefit out of their investment long time ago, and at the time when it is being taken over, nothing worthwhile is left in the undertaking. So it should be taken over at the earliest stage. We are now talking of commitment to the philosophy of the Constitution. The philosophy of the Constitution means that we are committed to the establishment of an egalitarian society where there would be not only political and legal justice, but there would be economic justice. If we want socialism, it should come in a proper and effective way. Those who have no commitment to the concept of public undertakings, socialism, and working for the underdog should have no place in top management of any undertaking. The difficulty lies in that we are half hearted in these matters. We have the mentality of private businessman and also we have the concept and the ideal of a public undertaking. The increasing participation of workers is the only safeguard for the success of any public undertaking in this country. There have been cases of inflated sales and fraudulent transactions about which my honorable friend made a pointed reference. I would submit that the economic intelligence Bureau should play an effective role in checking malpractices in such big undertakings. Unless this is done, public undertakings would come in a big way for sharp and hostile criticism from all those who are opposed to the ideology of socialism. As regards 4% interest allowable on the quantum of compensation, my honorable friend has said that this is not fair. The government cannot afford to pay the same amount of higher interest as is done in the case of private sector. The constitution itself has provided that the quantum of compensation would not be justifiable. It has been done with a deliberate objective. If compensation at market value is to be paid to private individuals, then it could not be possible to take over the undertakings at all. If the shareholders have taken the maximum benefit out of their investment, they should not be paid any compensation and only nominal compensation can be paid. The Constitution allows legislation in that respect. I congratulate the Minister on bringing forward this progressive bill. The steel industry is the basis of our industrial structure. In fact, the extent of industrialization of a country is measured by the amount of steel consumed per head of the population. This industrial undertaking, namely the Iron and Steel Company, is a big industrial complex and it consists of not only an integrated steel plant but also an iron foundry. The company was started initially after the First World War and by 1952 it had increased its capacity to 1 million tons. But the decline in the fortunes of the company started in the 60s and by 1963 the production had gone down to 1 lakh tons per year, that is 13% of its rated capacity as stated by the Honorable Minister. In fact, its production had reached a figure of 10 lakh tons. From that, it come down to 1 lakh tons, which was a result of the rotten management and the low price of steel.